We utilize two different types of composting on this farm because cover crops are really a type of composting, right? We're gonna have this beautiful stuff that's between my knee and my hip if we can, and work it in. And so that's a naturally green compost, like you say. But we also have about 2 million pounds of waste from our press, and we have this beautiful compost system. And so the green compost is a totally different food source than the compost that's already broken down. And the compost that is broken down really helps our soil structure, and so does the green manure. But these beautiful different food sources, we make sure that we have polysaccharides and carbon. So we always put in a clover or a legume and barley or an oat. We mix as many things as we can. At the end of the year, whatever seed we have left, we make this beautiful hodgepodge. Because the broadleaves have the sugars, the polysaccharides, the root exudes. It's this beautiful relationship. The fungal highways need the roots, and the roots need the bacteria, and symbiotically, they both thrive if we have these different food sources and all this variety. So we're really getting the benefit of finished compost and green manure. Nitrogen is life, right? And you don't get yield without nitrogen. And nitrogen is what really pushes a crop to yield. And so we can feed the planet, and nothing thrives without nitrogen. The majority of agriculture has synthetic petroleum-based nitrogen. So an anhydrous ammonia, 28% urea. We are not allowed in an organic system to use any of that because it's not a natural source of nitrogen. And so we get the bulk of our nitrogens on this farm from these beautiful leguminous plants, and they affix nitrogen from the air, and the nitrogen ends up on their nodules, creates a nodule on their root, and when we work in this green manure, the nitrogen within the nodules released to the next, in the soil, available for the next crop. And so we're growing most of our nitrogen. A lot of organic farmers have a lot of success with animal manure also. But because we have so many food for human consumption plants here, so all these vegetables are directly for human consumption, in an organic system, you have to be really careful with raw manure. And if it's a root crop that touches field that had raw manure, you have to wait 120 days to harvest. And that's our whole season, right? It takes away our flexibility. This year it rained 25 out of 31 days, 3 months in a row. So if we had spread a bunch of raw animal manure, we couldn't have moved things to dry spots. And so because they're vegetables for human consumption, we're relying for the most part on green manures and compost. So 2 decades of cover cropping and composting and treating this soil organically has created these aggregations, the aggregates, and the beautiful structure in the soil. You can see organic matter breaking down no matter where we grab it. There's different levels of carbon and polysaccharides breaking down all the time. And it has built this vitality and a resilience that allows this farm to be inundated with rain, to be in the worst drought year ever and still give us these yields. This soil is resilient, and it tries over and over and over for us. And these radish are 13 days old, and they are gorgeous.